Welcome back to Meekins Million Miles Career Corner, where we are exploring inspiring journeys and unique careers all over the world. My name is Tamara, and today is a blessed day. I'm excited to introduce you to Talia Addie, a fashion designer. From her creative eye for design and her passion for bringing gowns to life, Talia has built a career that blends artistry, culture, and vision. Welcome, Talia, and thank you so much for being with us today.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
So, could you tell us a little bit about what inspired you to become a gown and fashion designer?
So, first and foremost, my mom was a seamstress as well as her mom. So, my grandma was a seamstress as well. I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. But I didn't necessarily want to become a fashion designer when I was younger, being that I saw it all the time. That's what stuck out to me.
Okay. How old were you when you started sewing?
When I first started sewing, I want to say the first sewing project I did, I was like in middle school. So I want to say around about 11, 12. The first thing that I ever made was a pillow.
Oh,
So from making a pillow, I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. But I really didn't pick it back up until after college. So in my early 20s, that's when I really got serious with sewing and wanted to create different things.
is there any particular education that you feel is important, or skills or training that would help you succeed in this career?
I will say, first and foremost, you have to have creativity, know the art of storytelling. You have to be able to tell a story with your garments. From the business aspect, you will need to know about branding and marketing, and of course, like product costs and things of that nature. Once you understand fabrics, you'll know what particular fabric will be great for a particular garment.
Okay. Now, did you go to school for design?
No, I didn't go to school for design. I went to school for business management. I knew I wanted to have my own business, but what business I didn't know then, but I knew I wanted to have my own business. When I first started sewing, I started sewing scarves. I just was thinking like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna stay here in this lane. Scarves will be it for me. I'll just only do accessories. But with supply and demand, creating gowns just sort of fell in my lap and it found me.
Isn't that amazing how you can kind of just get pushed out of your comfort zone and then you really see
Absolutely.
like how your skills shine? You probably didn't even know you had that in you until
No,
somebody
no, no.
else kind of helped you
Yeah,
see that you could do it.
yeah, absolutely right. Because I was just like I said, I was just sticking with scarves, and I'm like, oh no, I turned it down a few times. They're like, no, can you make me a pair of pants? I'm like, no, I just do accessories. That's it. But it just kept coming in my face, and I'm like, you know what? I can't keep turning this down. So I pushed myself. The first dress I made was a prom dress. I started getting questions for reception dresses, wedding gowns. So I'm like, oh, they landed me here. So now I've made a complete career out of it.
That's so amazing. Could you
Yes,
walk
yes.
us through a little bit of your creative process or your inspiration from like how you start the design process and then get to a completed gown?
Absolutely. So first, I do like to go through Vogue magazines and look at older shows for inspiration. I do like to see the fabric first. So I'll go to the fashion district, touch and feel fabric, see what fabric really speaks to me. I'll take videos and take pictures, sit on it for a little bit. I'll go back, brainstorm, sketch out. From the sketch, then I might go back to the fashion district the next day to grab the fabric. Once I grab the fabric, I don't create my own patterns, but I do have a pattern maker. I'll go to my pattern maker, show her my sketch, let her know my vision. She'll create the pattern for me. And then from there, that's when I go into making the gown, cutting out the fabric, sewing it on the machine. And then whatever I don't sew on the machine, I hand sew. Once I hand sew it, I sit on it for a little bit. I look at it. Then I pin what I think I may need to add to it because I'm a visual person. I like to see my things first. So I'll pin it, look at it. If I feel like I need to add something, I'll hand sew it on. And then from there, once I get that feeling like this is it, she's a showstopper, that's my complete look. That's my complete gown.
Isn't that amazing that you don't have to do everything on your own? I didn't even
Right.
know pattern makers was a whole career.
Yes, yes, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. And that's one thing I love about being here in LA because it has just opened my eyes to much more, pattern making. If I'm like overwhelmed or if I get backed up with a lot of orders, like I might go to someone and they can help me do something else. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, okay, I didn't even know that, like you, like, oh, I didn't even know that this was a thing, or I didn't know that I could have someone hire someone to help me do this. I thought I had to do everything on my own.
And that in itself is a whole word for anyone out there who is thinking of a great idea, but they don't know like all the steps. You don't have to know everything. You just have to get
Yes,
started in the direction
that's it.
and it will unfold for you. So,
Absolutely.
you know, definitely don't give up on a dream if you don't know exactly how to execute every step of it from the beginning.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Can you tell us a little bit about what services that you offer?
So I offer, of course, custom designs. I do offer sewing lessons as well. I offer wardrobe consulting, styling, personal shopping, as well as alterations.
And is there a favorite thing that you have about designing?
My most favorite thing about designing is once the garment is complete. Once it's complete, it just gives me, I'm so fulfilled because it still shocks me to this day that I'm able to create a beautiful garment from just a pile of fabric.
Is there anything that you feel is really challenging about this career?
My most challenging part, I would say, is sometimes time. Time is not always on my side. Of course, if I may have a client that may need something with a quick turnaround time with 24 hours. Of course, I'll still make a beautiful garment, but I know if I had 2 weeks, it could be even more beautiful.
And is there any advice that you would give to any of our kids or adults who are dreaming of working in fashion and design?
Yes, I would say first and foremost, stay true to you. In fashion, there are a lot of trends, and you may feel that that you may need to go with the trend, but figure out what it is that you like, stick to it, and stay true to that.
And how can we reach you if we want our viewers to co create a beautiful design with you? What's the way to best connect?
Connect with me on my website, taliaaddie.com, on Instagram, Talia_Addie, and you can reach me through Facebook as well, which is also Talia Addie.
Awesome. Big thank you, Talia, for sharing a little bit of your world with us
Of course,
today.
thank you for having me.
Hit follow so you don't miss the next Career Corner with Meekins Million Miles. And have a blessed day.
You too, thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
All right, it's all done.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to see how it turns out.